Okay, so here's Photobomber 1. You can do it inside of Google Slides, as I was mentioning in the instructions. You can create simple designs in Google Slides or more advanced design in another program, and I'm going to be demoing that more advanced stuff inside of Illustrator and Photoshop in a minute. But here are the simple designs in Google Slides. You can do a lot in here, so you can bring your photo in here. You can even right-click on your photo, go to Format Options, and you can make adjustments, brightness, contrast, undo that, whatever you want. You can add a recolor to a photo if you want to. I find it handy if you make a copy and paste that. So make a copy of that, add the recolor to this, pop that over that, and then you can go to your adjustments and drop that down the transparency of the recolor, and then you can tint things that way. I'm going to delete that. You can also play around with shapes inside of slides. So let me go over here. Sorry, I had trouble finding that. Let's go to this little shape here. Click and drag that. And slides also gives you this little yellow thing here. You can click and then change the shape. Kind of simple way to change a shape inside of slides. Change your color. You can also change and add gradients to that if you want to. There's a gradient. You can go down, you can customize that gradient, right? Pick a color. You can change that color if you want, whatever you need to do inside of the customs area. You can also, instead of picking a color, you can make part of it transparent if you wanted to. So now part of the gradient is transparent inside of here. And you see that. You can also copy and paste that shape. You go back to solid, fill it with nothing. You could change the color of that line to something, say white. Change the thickness there. You can right click on this, format options, and then you can add a drop shadow to that as needed. You can click on this one, put no line on that one, add a drop shadow. So inside of slides, you can do some pretty quick things with a photo. You can do some quick things with shapes. You can also go up here to the line tool. I'm going to change that thickness of that line to pretty thick, and then you can go and you can add shapes to the end, to the start and to the end of things. So there you go. Quick demo on just creating simple shapes or quick shapes, doing quick things to your photos right inside of Google Slides if you need to. But here's my image inside of Photoshop, and that's where the real magic starts happening, is in getting into these more powerful programs. Inside of Photoshop, I'm going to make a quick duplicate of my background here, or my original copy. You can also, I drag it down here, you can right click on these things. Right click and say duplicate layer if you want, but there's this extra clicking, so I usually just drag it down into here. Up here under the image adjustments, you can add some levels adjustments. You can also go up under image adjustments and you can adjust the hue saturation if you need to. And you can explore a bunch of other adjustments as needed. I'm going to make a copy of this, show you a little trick here. Go up to adjustments, make this black and white. You can adjust these black and white sliders and picks up the underlying colors as needed. You can adjust the opacity of that layer so you can kind of combine the layers together. You can also go and check out different blending modes. I'm going to go back to keep that on normal. Now I'm going to use the erase tool to erase these things together. So if I wanted these raspberries red popping through there, go to my erase tool, select the soft brush, move that opacity up to 100% for now, and I can start erasing these things. Drop my opacity down and just use it to kind of like tint and pull out kind of like some more soft areas of the photo. Make your brush bigger or smaller here with the size. The bracket keys beside the P key are the quick keys to make your brush bigger or smaller. And then you can start erasing as you need a bit more. So I'm going to stop there for now. That gives you a rough idea about what you can do. I'm going to right click on this layer. I'm going to go down and I'm going to merge that down. I might want to go throw this on lighten blending mode. And there you go. So I'm happy with that. That looks kind of cool for now. Right click on that again. I like collapsing layers together so you don't get too many layers going on once you're happy with something you've done. And now you can add some text here. Go to the T tool, click and drag. I'm going to say eat healthy. And then Photoshop text tool works like most other word processing things. I'm just going to highlight this text. You can select different font choices from the drop down menu here. Eat healthy. You can make your font bigger or smaller over here. Let's make this 250. And there you go. So now I've got the eat healthy text in there. I can go down under here under this layer styles, FX tool, and I can add drop shadows, outer glows, whatever I want, strokes, that type of thing. So I'm going to add a drop shadow in there. Dial these in and adjust those. And there you go. At any time you can double click on the effect and then go and edit it after if you need to. So there you go, my photo bomber inside of Photoshop and my photo bomber inside of Google Slides. And the next thing I'll show you is Illustrator. Have fun exploring. Oh, one other thing, when you're done all this, file, save as. If you save it as a Photoshop file, you can as a .psd file, it will continue to save the layers. When you're totally done though, just save it as a JPEG. Save that as a JPEG, and Photobomber 1, hand that into me as a JPEG, and hit save.